Most people researching Northwest Arkansas are focused on what's here right now. They're comparing home prices, looking at the trail systems, and Googling what downtown Bentonville looks like. And look, that stuff matters, but there's a layer to this that almost nobody is talking about, and honestly, it might be the most important part of your decision. What this place is going to look like in 5 years. Because right now, while most people are looking at the present, there are 5 major things being built, funded, and set in motion across Northwest Arkansas that are going to fundamentally change what life looks like here. And if you're considering making this move, whether that's in 6 months or a couple of years from now, this is context that most people just don't have when they make that decision. I'm going to walk you through all 5. Let's get into it. Real quick, if you're new here, I'm Eric Eby with the Naturally NWA Home Team at Collier Associates. I've lived in Northwest Arkansas for over 20 years and I've helped hundreds of people relocate here from all over the country. Part of what I do every day is track this market. Development projects, city budgets, infrastructure plans, major employers. So this isn't speculation. Everything I'm about to show you is actively underway. I'm just connecting the dots in one place so you don't have to dig through city planning documents to find it. Here's what we're covering: roads and infrastructure, healthcare, family amenities, the major economic anchors that are helping reshape specific parts of the region, and then at the end I'm going to break down what all of this actually means for you depending on what you're looking for, because the implications are a little different depending on whether you're moving here for the lifestyle, for your family, or thinking about retirement. Let's start with the one that probably sounds the least exciting, but trust me, it sets the stage for everything else. Here's the deal with fast-growing regions. The quality of life only holds up if the infrastructure keeps pace with the people moving in. And for a long time, that was Northwest Arkansas's biggest challenge. If you've ever driven down I-49 between Fayetteville and Bentonville at 5 in the afternoon, you already know what I mean. But the cities here and the state have clearly gotten the memo. There are 3 major infrastructure projects happening simultaneously right now that are going to change how this whole region moves. The first is Highway 112. This is one of the main connectors between Fayetteville, Springdale, and Rogers, and it's being widened. More lanes, better flow, and yes, apparently quite a few roundabouts. I'll reserve my opinion on those until they're actually finished. The second is the Springdale bypass. Springdale has historically been the city everyone drives through on their way to somewhere else. The bypass reroutes that through traffic, which frees up Springdale's core to develop differently and frankly, to get the attention it deserves, because it's a city with a lot going on that most people overlook. And then there's XNA, the Northwest Arkansas National Airport. The modernization of the existing terminal is wrapping up this year, with new drop-off and pickup lanes, updated interiors, and better overall flow. But the bigger news is what comes next. A western concourse expansion is set to start later this year. More gates, more direct routes, and more options for getting in and out of the region. And for anyone moving here from the West Coast or Colorado, that matters more than most people realize. When you're deciding where to plant roots, knowing that you can get home for the holidays without a 3-connection layover through Dallas is actually part of the equation. So bottom line on infrastructure, Northwest Arkansas is building capacity for the next 100,000 people who are going to live here, not just the ones who are already here. When people research and move, healthcare almost never makes the checklist until it does. And then it's usually because something happened and suddenly you realize you're an hour and a half from the kind of care you need. Northwest Arkansas is making sure that's not the story here. Arkansas Children's Northwest in Springdale is in the middle of an $82.7 million expansion. Right now the facility has 25 inpatient beds. When the expansion is complete, that number goes to 40, along with more surgical suites and more procedure rooms across the board. The full expansion opens for overnight patients in fall of 2026. Now here's why that number matters beyond just the beds. When a region grows as fast as Northwest Arkansas has, and we're talking about 40 new people moving here every single day right now, healthcare infrastructure has to grow with it. If it doesn't, you end up with quality of life that's great on paper until someone actually gets sick. NWA is not letting that happen. If you're moving here with kids, that means world-class pediatric care is right here, not 2 hours away in Little Rock. If you're in a later stage of life or you're moving here to be near your grandkids, this is what a real city looks like. Healthcare that's actually built for a growing population. And honestly, for anyone considering this move, this kind of investment is a signal. Cities that build healthcare infrastructure are cities that are planning for the long term. That's the kind of place you want to put down roots. All right, this one I think is going to be the most surprising because it's not just about having more things to do. It's about what kind of place Northwest Arkansas is actually becoming. The Scott family Amazeum in Bentonville is expanding. If you've got kids and you haven't been yet, the Amazeum is one of the best children's museums in the region. Hands-on, interactive, genuinely great. The expansion adds more indoor space, more outdoor learning areas, more year-round programming. It's set to open late 2026, and for families making this move, that's exactly the kind of thing that makes you feel like you made the right call. But here's the one I'm really excited about, and the one that tells you the most about where this region is headed. Ozark United Football Club, a professional soccer club here in Northwest Arkansas, originally had plans to build a 5,000-seat stadium on about 11 acres. They scrapped those plans, not because the project fell apart, but because they decided to think significantly bigger. What they're building instead is a $250 to $350 million sports-anchored entertainment district. We're talking commercial space, festival areas, restaurants, retail, all designed to be a year-round destination, not just a place you go on game days. Think about what that means for this area. Northwest Arkansas already has Crystal Bridges, the Momentary, the Razorback Greenway, and some of the best trail systems in the country. You add a year-round entertainment district anchored by professional sports, and this region starts looking very different from what most people picture when they hear the word Arkansas. And one more thing worth noting, if anyone thinking about investment property or short-term rentals in this area, that kind of anchor development drives serious demand for both. Something I've watched play out over and over in real estate. Where major employers go, property values follow. And right now, Northwest Arkansas has more major economic anchors coming online simultaneously than at any point in its history. Start with Bentonville. The Walmart home office is fully operational now. Over 15,000 employees working on that campus every day. And what happens around a campus like that, within about a 2-mile radius, is exactly what you'd expect. Businesses are flooding in trying to capitalize on that concentration of people. Restaurants, retail, services, and residential development. The ripple effect is already happening in real time, and it's going to keep compounding. If you're looking at Bentonville or any of the areas closest to it, that is a long-term economic anchor that's not going anywhere. Now let's talk about Rogers, because 2 major projects there are reshaping what the city looks like. The first is First Street Flats, 121 luxury apartments going into the heart of downtown Rogers, along with a curated retail row. This is exactly the kind of development that activates a downtown core and draws more people, more spending, and more investment into the area. The second is Pinnacle Village. It's gonna be 27 acres near Hunt Tower with over 1 million square feet of commercial and residential space planned. The developers are calling it a mini city, and at $150 million, I'm inclined to take them at their word. So here's the bottom line on economic anchors. They create stability, they create jobs, and they create sustained demand for housing, which is good news whether you're buying a home to live in or whether you're thinking about this as an investment. Okay, 5 things. Let me bring it home, because this whole video is only useful if it actually helps you make a better decision. And what all of this means depends a little bit on who you are and what you're looking for, so let me speak to each of you directly. If you're moving here for the lifestyle, the outdoor recreation, the quality of life, the sense of community, here's what you're actually looking at. Better infrastructure that makes getting around easier. A world-class entertainment district, an airport that's becoming genuinely functional for people who still want to travel. The trails and the outdoor culture that drew you to NWA in the first place are already here. What's being built right now is the infrastructure that makes everything else easier, without changing the character of the place. It's going to feel less like a hidden gem and more like a legitimate top-tier destination. And you'd be here before that fully happens. If you're moving here for your family, for your kids, for schools, for community, You're looking at expanded pediatric healthcare in your own backyard. One of the best children's museums in the region getting even better, and a sports and entertainment district that gives your family things to do every single weekend of the year. Infrastructure improvements that make school runs and commutes easier across the whole region. And the economic anchors I just walked through, Walmart, Pinnacle Village, First Street Flats, those mean this is a stable, growing market, which matters a lot when you're choosing where to raise kids. And if you're in the later stage of life, whether you're thinking about retirement or you're moving here to be closer to your kids and grandkids, here's what I really want you to hear. Northwest Arkansas is not what it was 10 years ago. The healthcare infrastructure is being built to handle a real city. The entertainment options are expanding to be year-round, not just seasonal. The cost of living, while it has gone up, is still significantly more favorable than most places people are moving from. And you would be arriving before all of this is finished, before the prices fully reflect what this place is becoming. That timing matters. If you're still in the research phase, trying to figure out if Northwest Arkansas is the right fit, I built a free relocation app specifically for that. It walks you through the cities, the neighborhoods, the commutes, cost of living, all in one place. You can find a link to it in the description below. Quick recap before I let you go. The 5 things actively shaping the next 5 years here. Number 1, infrastructure. Roads, the Springdale bypass, and major airport expansion. Number 2, healthcare. An $83 million expansion at Arkansas Children's Northwest opening up fall of this year. Number 3, family amenities. The Amazeum expansion and a $300+ million sports entertainment district. Number 4, economic anchors. Walmart's new home office, Pinnacle Village, and First Street Flats reshaping Bentonville and Rogers. And number 5, what all of it means for you, depending on what you're actually looking for. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. I make videos like this regularly about what's actually happening here in Northwest Arkansas, not just what shows up on a Google search. And if you're getting close to make a decision and want to talk through your specific situation, my info is in the description below. I'll see you guys on the next one.